Together, we are marching on the road to Berlin, to Tokyo, to a final victory.
Born in 1890, young Charles was very tall and a skinny man, but hungry to serve France. He fought valiantly in World War I, only to be captured and imprisoned in Bavaria for 32 months. He was also a little-known brigadier general and a World War II tank commander. Towering at 6'5", de Gaulle's pipe dreams of resisting Nazi occupation were strugglingly dismissed by the crumbling French leadership. Most saw him as an irritable beanpole obsessed with tanks and daring military strategies. And as a tank officer, he drove recklessly fast, earning the nickname Colonel Motor. One time he actually crashed into a French general's car. Good thing that long nose broke the fall. After the Great War, de Gaulle committed himself to building a mechanised professional French army, alas, but nobody else supported his grand plans, seeing de Gaulle as an overambitious upstart. When the storm clouds of World War II gathered over Europe,
airborne infantry seized every strategic Norwegian airport. The whole job was made easier by treacherous fifth columnists, led by Major Quisling, who seized power and issued orders to suppress resistance.
Through France, how was she to face the onslaught?
Without even bothering to declare war, the German armies launched a coordinated attack across the neutral borders of Luxembourg, Belgium, and Holland, from the Maginot Line north to the sea.
the maverick de Gaulle found himself commanding a tank brigade. Then, in 1940, de Gaulle's tanks were no match for Hitler's blitzkrieg slamming into France. But when France fell in June 1940, de Gaulle refused to wave the white flag. He fled by plane to England to rally French resistance over the BBC radio.
She is not. Charles de Gaulle has escaped to London, and he will not surrender. France has lost a battle, he says, but France has not lost the war. My countrymen, rally to me.
And so during World War II, French resistance fighters helped break de Gaulle out of prison by baking him inside of a giant cake. The icing must have been exquisite. In his famous appeal on the 18th of June radio address, de Gaulle urged his compatriots to stand up against the Nazi occupation of France. This cemented his reputation as the voice of Free France during the war. He organised French military regiments from abroad to continue resisting the Axis powers. Although never commanding troops, de Gaulle's visionary leadership made him the spiritual leader of Free France during World War II. His refusal to surrender established French independence as a pillar of the Allied war effort. Yet most French dismissed de Gaulle as the delusional fool. Who was this lanky tank man to lead France? But Winston Churchill took a chance on de Gaulle, understanding France needed a symbolic leader. On June 18, 1940, General Charles de Gaulle founded the Free French government in exile in London. He and his merry band of rebel patriots vowed to gnaw at the German Western Front by any means necessary. With Churchill's support, de Gaulle fought tooth and nail against Vichy collaborators and Allied leaders seeking to divide French territorial spoils after the war. He innovated daring military and resistance schemes to undermine German occupation. Some even say a French spy named Duchess helped assassinate Hitler, though de Gaulle never confirmed such tall tales. Now by 1944, the Allies triumphantly pushed German forces out of France. Our towering general marched into Paris after 4 long years of occupation. Liberation was finally here. After the war, over 1 million letters were sent to de Gaulle from French citizens asking for autograph photos. His hand surely cramped signing all of those responses. De Gaulle served as France's first post-war president, though he often quarrelled with politicians over reforming this broken nation. Being a towering leader had its difficulties after all.
De Gaulle seeks to create a strong new government. He fails, and so he retires. He knows that only as dictator can he have the power he needs to cope with the strikes.
So Charlie the Grand resigned in 1946, only to return in 1958, saving France from civil war over the Algerian decolonization crisis. Though a controversial figure later in life, none can deny that de Gaulle's vital role saving French freedom and honour in the nation's darkest hour. Today, the general rests under a simple tombstone commemorating his unwavering vision. Its inscription reads, Charles de Gaulle, 1898 to 1970. Even in laconic death, de Gaulle leads by example, taller and more French than ever. His strong, assertive leadership style and outspoken defense of French nationalism made him a controversial but impactful world leader whose legacy still shapes perceptions of France today. Whether through his wartime speeches, his central role in granting Algeria independence, or the force of his vision for a confident, independent France, Charles de Gaulle left an indelible mark on history that continues to spark recognition of his iconic name decades after his death. I hope you've been enjoying the latest content. What types of videos do you want to see more on the channel? Do you have any ideas for specific topics or timelines or persons? If you do, shoot them down in the comments below and it might be your idea in the next video. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds.
We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.